So what does a legacy level property on Lummi Island with 250 feet of no bank waterfront look like? Well, here, let me tell you. It's two houses, a third lot that is buildable with a 1,200 square foot shop on it. And we're going to take a peek at all three because it's being offered for the first time ever. It's been in the same family for over 70 years, so it's first time on the market as a package deal. Again, two houses, a third buildable lot with a structure already on it, 1,200 square foot shop, and this is incredible. Let's go take a peek. So here we are at the upper Bluff house of this amazing estate that you are going to fall in love with. Here we're looking east out over towards Portage Island. It's a little bit cloudy and hazy today, but Mount Baker will be off in the distance. And then we're head up north and you're looking up towards Blaine, Birch Bay, and Canada. So here again, once again, we're up here at the Bluff. We're looking out over in that direction towards the empty vacant lot, a buildable lot that we'll get to here shortly, and that's the shop right up there. But let's take a look at the first home, 1438 Seacrest. We're out here outside right now in the back of the property, and what we've got here is a 400 square foot tiled patio here at the back. Steps down, so really cool entrance, plenty of parking here for your guests, or if you're going to have it as an Airbnb. This home currently, this was the original home. It was gutted and remodeled extensively that you'll see. And then the second home is the beachfront home. But again, 400 square foot tile. You've got a 300 square foot shop and storage area here. Now we're going to go inside. So this door is, most everything's new within the last couple of years, including even this back door. And you enter in to an enclosed entry area. Over here, you will see we can go into the laundry area, also access from inside. So we step in and you are greeted, like even this main door has a window, you are literally greeted with views of Hales Passage here on Lummi Island. So we're definitely going to spend some time out there. So we come in, it's kind of a great room concept. Original here, awesome. So you have that vintage from the past here since the 60s, fantastic. But then we've got this modern appeal. So we've got all new flooring in here throughout. We've got our kitchen, dining nook area. Again, looking out over the water. Again, we're going to spend some time looking at that view. That does not get old. So as we pan back, we're looking back into the kitchen, obviously. Big breakfast bar here. And then these appliances, the microwave and the range, are newer. And we're looking out here over the main area. Again, we've got the doors out to the deck that we'll talk about here shortly. So you've got two bedrooms. Well, let's talk about this here first. We've got a little nook of the family room here. It's like perfect. So again, they've got, I mean, how ideal is this? Airbnb, got your binoculars. You're going to see all sorts of marine wildlife. Just an incredible, incredible setting. And again, we'll pan back out over this great room area. We're right at about that 1,500 square foot mark total. We come in here to the first bedroom. Two big windows, wood wrapped. All the windows in the house are have been updated and renewed within the last couple of years. Hello. So there's bedroom number one. Most of the, again, this is offered as a package deal with all three lots. Most of the furniture in this home can be negotiated into the contract. Again, it's been operational as an Airbnb, mostly on occasional basis. You've got a bigger closet in this one where you can, a big walk-in closet. And then the bed's tucked back in there nicely. So, I mean, this setup is ideal for an Airbnb. And then we're back here at the front. I'll go here and then we'll finish off in the bathroom. So you've got your laundry room here, washer dryer, plenty of storage. Again, if you're coming in from the beach, let's say, coming up, you could come right directly in here. If you're wet and you don't want to, you know, get the house all dirty and wet, come in right through there. It's a great setup. And then they remodeled the bathroom. So we've got a 3/4 bath, just meaning we've got a shower, no tub. Great bench seating. Come on, we got to go into every shower, right? Tiled just beautifully. So again, bench seating. One of the most overlooked things, I think, in showers. Dual vanity. Great little storage area. Now, let's go to the masterpiece. Check this out. Both doors will open. Bring the outside in, the inside out. So this is an 800 square foot deck put in here in the last couple of years. Great aluminum siding or railing with glass so that your view is unobstructed. Can you imagine entertaining out here? It's just incredible. So again, you're going to see why we call this the Bluff House. This home, again, it's offered as a package. This home itself has 100 feet of waterfront, low bank. So again, we're up here on the bluff, but we'll go down there. And you've got 100 feet of no bank waterfront down there. Gramps cabin that you're going to see, boat launch, etc. But take a look. Can you imagine your morning coffee, evening cocktail, your barbecue? Just amazing. So here we are again, 3 lots, 2 different houses, and a buildable lot with a 1,200 square foot shop that we're going to view. This is the first time, I've probably said this already, but worth repeating, first time in over 70 years that this property is available. Now, everything has trade-offs. What's great about up here is you got the bluff, unobstructed views, looking eastward. Mount Baker would be off in the distance if it weren't a cloudy day, hazy day today. Now, getting down to the beach house, it is a very steep driveway. And we're going to walk it here to kind of give you an idea. Now, we're going down to the beach house to take a peek. So, individually, the Upper Bluff house has 100 feet of waterfront. The house we are going to down the beach has 50. And then the lot, buildable lot over here, has another 100. So together you got 250 feet of waterfront, and at this point everything is being offered together only as a package. There you go, that gives you an idea. 4-wheel drive required beyond this point. So super steep. Now you might think, oh, big deterrent. They raised a family of 4 down here through all of elementary, middle, and high school. So the upper portion currently is gravel. And as we make the bend, you're going to see it transition, and there's a great story behind this. So again, now we're looking up and get an idea of how steep that is. Now, we make the pivot, and here we come to concrete. And you're going to notice that they're done in segments. These segments, both sellers, their mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, did this themselves. They'd go into Bellingham, get the concrete, enough to do a section, bring it back out here, mix it. They had a kind of a pulley system that they would bring it down from up there, down here, and together they put these in. Not quite sure how long it took them, but it is pretty amazing and shows you what the human spirit can do. So we're coming down here. Take a look at this. The views just keep on coming. Just stunning. So we're sitting right above the beach house. Off to my left here is the buildable lot. So almost or just over an acre. Now it's high bank waterfront. You can technically make your way down. It's super steep, but the buildable site, we'll get to this again, I'll repeat myself, but the building site's going to be up there at the street level where the shop is. But there's an awesome walking path where, oh my gosh, I'll show you views of maybe where you could put sauna, hot tub. Just amazing, amazing. Let's continue down. Beautiful roadies. And here we are. Used to be a true outhouse. They haven't used it here recently. They have at one point even brought in a porta potty and put it inside, but pretty unique. You've got the bulkhead here that I'm standing on. Now again, you can see the super steep driveway there. So now that sign of a 4x4 needed makes a lot of sense. But again, they raised a family of 4 here, and did just fine. So our property starts again about right in here, be the southern end, and then we go just around the tip there for a total of 250 feet. We're at minus tides right now. We're probably at about -2, getting close to -3 tides. So you've got all sorts of beach available, a little bit more rocky here, a little bit more refined down there. And then if you look, there she is, even in the haze. Where is she? So here we are at the beach house. Looking back, it's all your great room concept. You've got the sunroom, dining room, again looking out over Hales Passage. There's Mount Baker in the background. All sorts of marine life, including the occasional whale, will come swimming by as you're drinking your morning coffee. Coming in here into the kitchen. Beautiful stainless steel appliance package. And vent hood. We'll go here in a second up the spiral staircase to the upstairs. And then we're stepping back, looking out over everything. We'll step back here. You've got your mechanical room, storage room, laundry, additional fridge and more storage over here. And then here is your main floor primary suite, again with double doors going right out to the deck and taking advantage of this phenomenal view. Hot tub right there, so you can come right into the primary suite or into the living area. This home sits literally 8 feet from the bulkhead. This, you cannot, under the Shorelines Act now, you can never build this home, any home, this close to the water's edge again. There's a 200-foot setback. You are literally 8 feet from the bulkhead. And again, we got some minus tides out there, so the beach is exposed. Got some cool brick. Over here then we're looking at our closet with some built-ins. Very, very cool, amazing space. And we're going to go up. We're back here at the main area. And look at this spiral staircase. Now usually spiral staircases are pretty tight and you don't have the ability to maneuver, but this is a larger one and very easy to navigate. So we've got a 3-bedroom. It could operate actually as more because this room is more of a bonus room area. You do have a closet here, vaulted ceilings, and a TV mounted here. Currently using it. They got the treadmill, Stairmaster there, and then this goes out to a little deck and steps down to the front area. And you come in here and you've got like a little bonus room area. Currently, you can see they've taken this area, so if you've got this as an Airbnb or you've got grandkids, this area is cool, little exposed beamwork, and then they've turned it into a little playroom, little bed here. And then we're gonna save the other bedroom for last. Step in here. Kind of parquet type floor. We're looking at the main area. Vaulted ceilings in here as well. There's your closet. And then we step into the second upper bedroom. Excuse, they're packing, they're getting ready to go. And then it steps out to this great balcony. How about this?
Not in fall, like it doesn't matter. It's not gonna hurt my feelings for not getting that 2 hours of double time. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, yeah. And then at the end of the day, he's like, if I want.
I put mine in.
And here we are at Gramps' log cabin. Very cool. You could have this as a little storage area, grilling area, party central, whatever you want. But this is Gramps' log cabin. Kind of brings back the nostalgia and the history of this property. So again, you walk out, we're here at the beach house here, and then up the hill on the bluff would be the house that we first saw, and then we're going to go down here onto the beach. Let's take a peek. So here we are down on the beach. We're at the south end of all 3 lots. We've got 250 feet of waterfront. Again, I know I've pointed it out, but with the Shorelines Act, that home, any home, cannot be built any closer to the water. Again, we are 8 feet from the bulkhead. The standard setback now is 200 feet. So this is a one-of-a-kind property that you will most likely never see built this close again. Just amazing setup. So again, we got a lot here, got the middle lot, and then we got a buildable lot with a high bank waterfront as well. Okay, so now we're here at the 3rd lot. So originally this was actually 5 different lots combined down to 3. Again, family legacy, same family, never been listed before, and we're doing it as a package. So down below you can see there's our Bluff house. We just came up the driveway from the beach house. We're still looking at the views. We're looking out towards Mount Baker right there. She's kind of peeking through on the edge. And now here we are on the lot. So we've got over an acre. It currently has a 1,200 square foot shop in place that has heat, has power, and we've got the 4 different garage doors of varying sizes that we'll take a peek at inside, as well as a little mezzanine area. And then I'll walk you through the buildable lot. So if somebody were to build on this, if you wanted a 3rd property, let's say you're gonna Airbnb it or whatnot, your best most likely buildable site is going to be right here. Whether you keep the shop or not, maybe you convert that into a barn dominium, however you want to do it, but your most level area is right up here at the road level. Again, you do have 100 feet of waterfront of the 250 that is just with this lot. But it is high bank, and we're gonna take a peek out there in a little bit. It does have this little shed here as well. You might be able to fill in, additional spot, or maybe, all sorts of ideas. You could, if you wanted a garage or something underneath, take advantage of the topography. You could just come right down there, and that could be your driveway right in. So all sorts of options here. Here's the shop. So exterior awning, and then here's the shop as well, so you can see how much stuff you can put in here. They've got a boat in here, a full Ram 2500 in here, and another rowboat, shop area, and again you got the 4 different garage door bays to take advantage of. So pretty sweet. So then as we head out, here's why I want to take you for a walk, because this is full of all sorts of potential. If this is your building site up here, or even if you decide not to build, and this is just, you're going to keep it as is, there's so much potential out here. Okay, now we have to kind of hoof it here. But we come out here. I'm probably not wearing the best clothes for this, but you know what? Let's do it. So we wander our way through out here. You could technically, these guys as kids could hike down the other side, down to the water. It's a bit of a hike, I won't lie. Now, this is still treed, but you could take down a bunch of trees. How about this? You make a little walking path out here like we are, or like where we're going. Again, we're looking down towards the beach. It's just that cool Pacific Northwest outdoor vibe. But can you imagine a little trail, maybe some little bridges or whatnot, maybe a little footpath or whatever out here. And then you come up over here. And you get to the highest point out here. Again, you can drop trees, but look at this. You've got this great area. Think hot tub, outdoor sauna, fire pit, but all those options you could do right here on this rock output. I mean, just a cool spot. You drop that tree right there, and you're looking directly at Mount Baker. So now we're looking south down Hales Passage, kind of through the trees. Just on the other side of the water is Portage Island. Bellingham's, you know, down south just a bit. But take a peek at this. I mean, how awesome. Again, you could, all sorts of options. You could build your house right over there. Paths out here, picnic area, sauna, hot tub, fire pit. And if you were adventuresome, you could get down there. There's another landing area right down there. It's pretty steep cut off here. There are ways down there, but then you've got another flat area, and then it drops right down to the water. Again, just an amazing, amazing setting. So there you have it, an estate legacy type property out here on Lummi Island. I mean, how incredible was that? Nearly 2 acres in total, 250 feet of low bank waterfront once you're down there. And it's not mentioned before, it's class 2 tidelands. So like right now with that beach, we're at about -2, -3 feet on the tide. That's yours. You can do what you want. There are 2, what I didn't mention while we were down there, we've got 2 private mooring buoys. Very, very important for you if you've got a boat, that are already out there associated with the properties. So again, this is the first time on the market. It's been in this family for over 70 years. Started with grandma and grandpa. Then you got the brothers and their families, and now it's time for them to pass this along. And this is your opportunity for something that you just don't see too often. 3 lots, 2 houses, a buildable, potential buildable lot already with a shop, all sorts of great things. And that lower home, you will never build that close to the water again. 8 feet from the bulkhead. How cool is that? So if you are interested in this home, a private tour, more information, more photos, video, etc., make sure you go visit LummiIslandLiving.com. I'll put it down in the notes, but LummiIslandLiving.com. You're going to find floor plans, more videos, 3D tours. If you are interested in this home or any other, please feel free to reach out. I know it's kind of goofy to maybe reach out for the first time to somebody that you're just watching on YouTube, but it happens all the time. I would love to be a great resource to you. Thank you for touring this epic property out here on Lummi Island.